All right, get moving, men. I don't want to see anyone walking around. Winners do not walk. Let's see some hustle out there today. We got a big game this week.
Everyone, wide in. What do you think? Here we go. Wide in. What do you think? What do you think? Here we go. Wide in. What do you think? Here we go. Wide in. What do you think? Here we go. Wide in. What do you think? What do you think? Here we go. Wide in. Here we go. Wide in. What do you think? Here we go. Wide in. What do you think? Here we go. Wide in. What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? do you think? What do you think? What do you think? Hey, here we go. Wide eight. What do you think? Here we go. Wide eight. What do you think? Here we go. Wide eight. What do you think? Here we go. Wide eight. What do you think? What do you think? Here we go. Wide eight. What do you think? Here we go. Wide eight. What do you think? Here we go. Wide eight. What do you think? Here we go. Wide eight. What do you think? Here we go. Wide eight. What do you think? Here we go. Wide eight. What do you think? Here we go. Wide eight. What do you think? Here we go. Wide eight. What do you think? Hey, here we go. Wide eight. Why do you think? Here we go. Wide eight. Why do you think? Here we go. Wide eight. What do you think? Here we go. Wide eight. What do you think? Here we go. Wide eight. What do you think? Here we go. Wide eight. What do you think?
All right, you've got one shot left. We are going for gold.
What do you think?
All right, man, bring it in tight, bring it in tight. Let me tell you something. That was the best practice of the season. Not a single mental mistake. That's the type of practice championship teams have. Keep it up.
The Saints are now on the clock. The Cardinals are now on the clock. The Titans are now on the clock. The Buccaneers are now on the clock. The Dublin Shamrocks are now on the clock. The Texans are now on the clock. The Giants are now on the clock. The Redskins are now on the clock. The Bears are now on the clock. The Saints are now on the clock. The Patriots are now on the clock. The Steelers are now on the clock. The Bengals are now on the clock. The Eagles are now on the clock. The Browns are now on the clock. The Jaguars are now on the clock. The Bears are now on the clock. The Colts are now on the clock. The Browns are now on the clock. The Redskins are now on the clock. The Cowboys are now on the clock. The Ravens are now on the clock. The Bears are now on the clock. The Panthers are now on the clock. The Steelers are now on the clock. The Chargers are now on the clock. The Vikings are now on the clock. The Rams are now on the clock. The Chiefs are now on the clock. The Seahawks are now on the clock. The Dolphins are now on the clock. The Broncos are now on the clock. The Saints are now on the clock. The Cardinals are now on the clock. The Titans are now on the clock. The Buccaneers are now on the clock. The Dublin Shamrocks are now on the clock. The Texans are now on the clock. The Giants are now on the clock. The Redskins are now on the clock. The Steelers are now on the clock. The Bills are now on the clock. The Lions are now on the clock. The Packers are now on the clock. The Bengals are now on the clock. The Eagles are now on the clock. The Patriots are now on the clock. The Jaguars are now on the clock. The Falcons are now on the clock. The Colts are now on the clock. The Browns are now on the clock. The 49ers are now on the clock. The Cowboys are now on the clock. The Ravens are now on the clock. The Bears are now on the clock. The Panthers are now on the clock. The Chargers are now on the clock. The Chargers are now on the clock. The Vikings are now on the clock. The Rams are now on the clock. The Chiefs are now on the clock. The Seahawks are now on the clock. The Dolphins are now on the clock. The Broncos are now on the clock. The Saints are now on the clock. The Cardinals are now on the clock. The Titans are now on the clock. The Buccaneers are now on the clock. The Dublin Shamrocks are now on the clock. The Texans are now on the clock.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Obviously, they do everything big here in Dallas, and the introduction to the Cowboys, no exception. They're set for football in Big D as their guys will do battle with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. Now the return, Rashad Green. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. There's Leonard Fournette, 1,000-yard rusher from a year ago. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Punch right. 372. 382.
On 2nd down, here's Bortles. Flush to his right. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a 1st down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down, keep the sticks moving.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Sliding out of the pocket. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. A good pickup there, a 22.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
The Jags with their first opportunity in the red zone. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18.
So right. 3 and 10.
Into the red zone, it's Bortles. Steps away to his left. Now he'll escape to his left. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that. And even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
Now a 1st carry for T.J. Yeldon. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Just a couple there on the 2nd down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation. Shotgun now for Bortles. Buying time to his left. And this is going to be incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's fourth down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. On is Josh Lambo now for the Jaguar field goal. This a 33-yard attempt. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And it's complete. They're going to get the first. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on fourth down to bring up first and goal. Offense back out now for first and goal after the successful fake. To throw, it's Bortles. Dancing to his left. And this is going to be intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He's coming off a 3-interception performance last week, so certainly not how he wanted to start here.
Not at all, but this is where a quarterback gets tested. This is when we find out what he has underneath that jersey. Because he had a bad game last week. Can he shake off a bad start to this one and start to perform at the level he expects?
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 20.
Gun. Hey, here we go.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. And his first pass is incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
47. Here we go. 48. 36. Slam. Here we go. 46. Go. Get out there.
Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Looking to throw. Prescott. Looking left side. He's got it. Complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him up to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Prescott to throw it. Looking and finding Allen Hurns. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Here we go. 48. 44's Mike. Check. Gun. Here we go. 46.
First down, Prescott. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Here we go, 47, 47. Here you go. 26.
They'll pitch it out to Elliott. And some room to maneuver. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Here we go, 46, 46. Here we go, 48. 44, Mike, 44. Gun. 26, 26.
Prescott. Oh, Prescott stripped. And did the Jaguars come up with it? They did. He let one slip away last week as well, so now 2 fumbles lost in as many weeks.
Well, we were out at practice, and we watched him work. And what did his quarterback coach talk about all week?
Being a 2-hand monster.
And we looked at each other. 2-hand. Oh, I get it. 2-hand monster. Both hands on the football, taking care of it, putting it away so the ball doesn't get dropped.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Bortles. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. David Irving, never giving up. He's able to keep working and get him for a loss of 12. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. From the gun, it's Bortles. Oh, it stays up. Stepping up, he'll try and run. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage. On 3rd and long, it's Bortles. He's got the hook up to Lee. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal.
And that was a good run. This was only one of 9 guys to go over 1,000 yards in 2017. And I think you can't let him run wild here.
What do you think, 100 yards, the measuring stick? Oh, and he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jags have taken the early lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And that makes the score 7-0. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise it's going to be a long day for you.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now Prescott, and Beasley with it over the middle. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A Dallas 1st down. Prescott hooking up with Beasley. Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, as it is Cowboy football to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
We're going to 54. Line
The give is to Elliott. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Switch it, hey. Here we go, 46, 46.
A 2nd down throw for Prescott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Calais Campbell. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. And they'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long.
Here we go. Line 8. Here we go, 46. 46.
Now Prescott. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. He'll get 17 back there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
When I played in the yard as a kid, I used to imitate the spectacular catches that I would see on TV. I don't think I ever imitated one quite that well.
Come on, give yourself some credit.
No, I know better. What we just saw there, that was pretty special.
And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The Jaguars getting set to go. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Lee's got it over the middle. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule.
Here we go.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple.
39, Lucy.
Now Bortles throwing on 2nd down. Throwing the slant pattern here complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Quick slant there gets him the first down, 6 yards on the play.
Lucy.
Throwing on first down is Bortles. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Bortles again here on 2nd and 10. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jeff Heath. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Again to Elliott. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Go, get out there.
Prescott now on 2nd down. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess.
46.
On third down, it's Prescott. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The pickup of 11, and it moves the chains.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Here we go, 46. Here we go, 46. 46.
On second down, Prescott again. A dump off to Elliott. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now they face a second and long following the holding penalty.
Gun. Here we go. All right, nice. Gun.
They'll throw again. Prescott. Flushed out right. And some space here. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. Pretty nice gain on the scramble. Gets him 12 yards.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
The Cowboys on third down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
46.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Got a man. It's complete. Williams. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game. Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And down he goes just shy of the 25. Now, a penalty marker is down. Let's see what that's about. Yeah, this is going to put them back with not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at their own 13. Bortles on the give to Fournette. And he'll use his blockers to get this up over the 20 to the 21. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Lucy.
Here's a give to Fournette. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. 2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. Fournette, a 1st down carry. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
That was a good forceful run, and it demonstrates why you've got to put your body on a runner when you're trying to tackle him. If you just go in there and just try and get him down with arm tackles, usually doesn't work very well, and we saw on that play, he'll run right through those attempted plays.
372.
Now they'll throw it. Bortles escaping the pressure right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away but could not. Jalen Smith able to run him down for a loss of a yard. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
How about the fellas with the stars on the side of their helmets rising up on defense? We always hear about the Cowboys' rushing offense. Their rush defense is pretty good as well, I think, because they're so cohesive. Defensive line, linebackers really work well together.
He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. On the NFL scoreboard, 2nd quarter in Nashville. And it's the Ravens that have moved out to an early advantage. And we'll try and keep you updated on those events and others around the league as we continue through this one. Prescott looks to throw on 1st. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Here we go, 46. Here we go, 480. 26.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. On the left side, he finds Beasley. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal.
Here we go.
They'll come out in the pistol.
Here we go, get that, let's go, get out. Gun.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. Jeff Swaim, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they get the field goal here at the end of the second quarter and take the lead into the lockers.
And isn't that what every team wants to do? Right at the end of the half, put points on the board and go into the locker room feeling a lot better about themselves.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. So we have come to halftime here in Dallas with the Cowboys out in front. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Cowboys now as he'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that.
Here we go. Slide in.
Second half starts with a carry by Elliott. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and 12. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Here you go. There we go. Slide in. 26.
They go to Elliott again. Room here to run. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Gun. 26.
Prescott from the gun. He's got a man. It's Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion.
Here we go, 47. 26.
On the counter, Elliott. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Here we go. Slide in.
To throw is Prescott. And that's caught by Beasley. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 68 yards receiving now for him in the game. And a first down on that last catch as well. Prescott now 11 of 16 through the air. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go. One, eight.
Now a former New Mexico Lobo. It's Jarrell Presley. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Well, at least he was able to break that initial contact, or it could have been a loss.
Yeah, give credit to the defensive player, though. What did he do? Made him slow down, slow up his feet, and allowed the rest of the guys to get there to finish him off.
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Here we go. One, eight. Here we go. 46. 26.
2nd down, Prescott. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Calais Campbell in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. And they'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long.
Here we go. One, eight. 26. 26.
Here's Prescott. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And his kick is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 45, and he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Moving backwards on 1st down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on 2nd down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
Looking to throw. Prescott. Being chased out left. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
The Cowboys on third down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is third down and 12.
Done. 46. 26.
Prescott down. It's caught right side. It turns. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a fourth down. The field goal unit's going to stay put on the sideline. They're going to go on fourth down here.
Here you go. 26. 26.
They'll run it with Elliott. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on fourth down. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. They keep on the ground with Elliott. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Cowboys with the football. They'll be looking to tack on to their lead as we get set for the fourth.
We're going to 54. Why here? Under. 26.
On second down, Elliott. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Prescott to throw it. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And his kick is indeed good. And now it's a 2-score game at 9, 16-7. So that's a big one. Obviously, Charles makes it a 2-score game, his third field goal of the game, able to knock it through.
Yeah, not exactly free and clear yet, but as a defense, you get to play a little bit looser, don't you? Because you do now have a little bit of a margin of error, don't you?
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people would think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Green 80. Green 80.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Bortles. And And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. DeMarcus Lawrence. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Following the sack, 3rd and long for Bortles and the Jags. Working from the gun, it's Bortles. Looking long for Wentz. And got his man complete. And they worked this well upfield across the 45. And a big 3rd down conversion with a gain of 28. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Bortles now to throw. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Lucy. Check. Green 80. 11B.
Now Bortles. And that is incomplete. Jeff Heath, the strong safety, able to get in there on the coverage.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
372. 11B.
Now Bortles, got to have this one. Looking long for West, and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jeff Heath. And some room to roam now. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30. And they're going to come up empty here on 4th down. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sideline, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
A 2nd down throw for Prescott. Airing it out for Hearns. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle 3rd of the field where he threw that one. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Here's Prescott. Drops it underneath to Elliott. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Quite the turnaround from a week ago where he threw 4 interceptions. He hasn't had an interception in this game, and he told us during the week, my goal, goose egg. He's achieving that so far.
And what we're seeing is a guy that you can win with, all right? Because anyone who can make that type of an adjustment and shake off a really horrendous week the week before and come back and play mistake-free football to this point, yeah, that's a guy I want to play with, that's for sure.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and goal.
Here we go. 46. Here we go, 46. 26.
Now Prescott. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation. Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal?
Here we go. 26.
Now Prescott. And this is going to be incomplete. There was the free safety to Sean Gibson, who was able to range over and knock it away.
Really good, smart play by the defense, understanding 3rd and short, guarding the 1st down sticks, and being able to make a play on the football and bat it down.
And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Green to bring it back. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Unable to corral him. He fights through. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. To throw, it's Bortles. Forced out to his left. Looking long for Westbrook. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. The Jaguars on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Spread right, 72. Hank.
Bortles going to throw. This is Yeldon on the dump off. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. They'll go with a big back, Yeldon. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage to the 35. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down.
Yeah, T.J. Yeldon, another one in the long line of Alabama backs that excel in short yardage situations. And here he's just going to take matters into his own hands as he fights forward to pick up the 4th down conversion.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
372.
Bortles now on 1st down, eluding the pressure right. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
Well, the pressure, the hits, the sacks have been coming at him all game long. I'm frankly surprised that they haven't found a solution yet to create more time for him to throw it or maybe change what they do on offense.
And that's one of the biggest differences in this game and why they're losing right now. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. A handoff to Fournette. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags 1st down. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this.
Spread left, spread left, spread left.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Looking left sideline, incomplete. Marquise Lee, the intended target. And now it's 2nd down. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter, and find their way open.
Powering his way forward. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a 1st down. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the 1st, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movements. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to be what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
On 1st and 10, here's Bortles. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Shotgun now for Bortles. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed. But if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right. And if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And out now come the Cowboys. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
They'll start the drive with Elliott, and he'll get this one up to the 26. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Here we go, 46.
Throwing here, Prescott. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. The Cowboys on third down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This is 3rd and 9. Here's Prescott. Over the middle, the connection to Hearns. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. So that'll get him the first down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant. And now the Jags going to signal for another timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Here we go. 47.
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. This is Elliott. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down. Prescott to throw. He hits Beasley right side. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. It's a gain of 8 there, and that should be enough to seal the victory. The Cowboys on their way to victory as they take a knee. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Cowboys, it's a much-needed victory as it gets them back to 2-4 on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Washington Redskins. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, the losses are piling up as they drop to 1-5 now. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Houston Texans. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.